All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Fit IT Guy. Today I have a bunch of accessories from Best EV Mod. These are just some great cheap accessories you can get from their Amazon store. You know, you can get a bunch of little accessories. It's not going to cost too much. These are some nice little things that'll just give you some more creature comforts in the car. Some basic stuff like armrests and then an extra padded armrest, so depending whichever one you want. Some under-seat storage bins, organizers. This will also stop things from rolling to the back of your car from underneath the front seats, which happens all the time with my water bottles. We have a rear center console organizer as well. We have a trunk sill protector here. So it just protects the carpet area on the trunk sill there. We have a bunch of neat center console accessories and storage bins as well as a wireless charger mat in here. So we have these nice windshield and roof shades as well. So it's just gonna help keep the car cooler if you're keeping your car outside. And let's go ahead and start putting everything inside the car and see how everything looks. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the center armrest cover. It just has two straps here that slides onto the center console armrest. And I really like it, one, because it's white. They do offer this in black too if you have a black car or you just want a black armrest. This is the same Napa leather that Tesla uses on their seats. So there's actually three straps on the bottom here that I'm sliding over the armrest. And we can just go ahead and line it up perfectly so that it looks even. And there we go. They have a nice little design here, but we can put our arm on the armrest now, and it's actually a lot more comfortable. And this is the thinner version. This is the thicker version here that I'll be trying on next. But with the thinner version, it actually feels really nice, a lot more comfortable. I can just rest my elbows here, and I can feel actually that the right side, my right arm, where the armrest is a lot more cushiony than my left arm that's sitting on here. So I wonder if we can get a cover for the door armrest here. Another reason I like this actually is I noticed that the center console here, the armrest cover, collects a lot of fingerprints. If you just rub your finger on it, it's almost like it's sanding off your skin a little bit. So every time you slide your fingers on there or something, you get a little bit of this white on the side of the armrest. You can see it there and on top. So I like this armrest cover because of that. And previously in my 2020 Model Y, I had an armrest cover as well that was in white. As you can see here, I made my center console white too with some vinyl covers. So I just like adding a little bit of extra white in the car. So now I'm going to put on the thicker armrest cover, and the thinner one felt very comfortable. So I'm sure the thicker one's gonna feel even more comfortable. But as you can see, slides right on with the straps. The straps hold it in, and we'll just make this nice and even. Covers up the full armrest perfectly. There's not any black showing except for the rear screen area. And there we go. This one's even thicker and more comfortable. So you can really dig down on your arm. Some of you in your supercharging, you may have your phone here in your hand and really pressing down the armrest, or you might have your laptop in your lap or something. You might have your iPad here when you're sitting at a supercharger or something. So this is just nice to have that little bit of extra cushion on your armrest. So this is actually pretty neat. I'm going to leave that on there because that's great. However, I think this one actually feels super comfortable too. So the next thing we have here is a under-seat storage bin. And this is great because you can keep stuff under your seats. It's not going to take up any of the space in your center console or under your armrest or in your glove box. So this is stuff that's going to be completely hidden. Nobody's going to know it's there, but it also will add more space to the car. And of course, the other reason I like it, as I said before at the beginning of the video, is that you can put this here under your seat like so. It just slides right in, and it actually has some Velcro on it, so it's not going to come out too easily, which is good. But you can leave it right there, and it's going to stop anything from rolling back behind your seat. Usually I have a water bottle here or some items, and by the time I get to my destination when I'm driving, everything is in the back of the car, still under the seat. Everything just slides. So with the underseat storage bin here, it's great because you're going to stop things from rolling to the back of the car. And then of course, instead of having my water bottle on the floor like I used to, if my cup holders were full, I can just put my water bottle in the storage bin here, and that's it. And there we go. Two problems solved with one thing. And of course, I'm going to take this one and put it under the front driver's seat as well, so that nothing slides under my seat. If you've ever dropped your phone when you're driving and your phone goes under the seat, you know that that's an issue. The air vent is under the seat as well. Things can kind of fall in there. AirPods cases, I've seen so many stories. So again, this is just great. All right, so they gave us this piece here that will fit under the armrest in the center console, and it's a clicking little storage bin here. It's very tiny, but you can keep some information in here, such as your car registration, insurance. You could even fit a tiny wallet in here, most likely, but it just uses the 3M VHB tape to stick underneath the armrest, so that's pretty cool. They gave us some more tape as well in case we need it. They also have this storage bin that fits right underneath the armrest, and they also gave us either a white or a black anti-slip rubber mat for the storage bin underneath the armrest. So for the sake of cleanliness, I will go with the black. However, the white does look pretty nice if you're not going to be storing anything that might be dirty in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. So that fits in just like that. And this fits in just like so. And there we go. Anti-slip mats are in. They also have here what seems to be a little coin case. So you can take the coin case and it slots in here. You can put anything in there, but it also acts as a coin case. And again, this is an anti-slip rubber material inside, so the coin shouldn't wiggle around in there while you're driving. Here's how it looks when you put it in the center console. Fits right in just like this. Perfect. So next we have these cup holders here. This just gives you that little extra space so that if a cup or a bottle or anything you're putting in here is just a little bit smaller, it'll grip onto these pieces here, and I'll demonstrate. And this kind of just slides right into the cup holder section here. So just like this is a thinner bottle, but it still fits without wiggling and making noise. So that's great. All right, next we have the storage bin for the center console here. And again, they gave us either white anti-slip pads or black. I'm gonna go with the black again. But what's cool about this is it fits right in here, and it actually slides forward and back. So if you need to reach deeper into the center console, instead of having to pull this completely out, you can just slide it forward and you still have full access to your center console. I can grab a bottle out of here. I can grab my action camera from here, put it back, and slide the center console storage bin forward, back on top of it, and there we go. I have extra storage on this unused space up here. If you do need to store something larger in the center console, you can just take it right out, and there you go. You can put a bigger item in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these anti-slip mats in here. They gave us 3 pieces for the 3 different sections. So I'll go ahead and show you how that goes in, like so. And there we go. Now I can just put it in here, slide it right in, hide it, close my center console cover. When I want to go in there, I have this here. If I left it from before, if I slid it, it is back there and I can access everything else, slide it back if I want to. They also gave us here an anti-slip mat for the wireless phone charger here. This is Alcantara, but you can still put this over it and it fits right on. This way, if you're putting anything smaller, clips right in, actually fits perfectly. I'm actually surprised with how well that fits. And let's say if I want to put something like my AirPods, I can put it there, and you can see how long it takes it to slide. This is very anti-slip, so that's not going to be moving side to side. Look, I'm pushing on it. It's not going to be moving side to side while you're driving. If you have your AirPods cover there, and I can put my other phone here, and I don't have to worry about anything sliding, and it does give us the nice divider in the middle between the 2 wireless charging spots here. So you can see the design here, how it looks. It's just such a nice design. There's really no gap at all between the right side and left side here. It just fits perfectly. Such a nice look. And let me close these covers. You can see exactly how that looks. That's such a premium design and look, especially now that I put in the all-weather mats in the car. It just gives it that extra little bit of anti-slip look, which actually is a pretty cool look. And as I was saying, here's the center console storage bin here. So it slides forward. You can access all your things there. I have a bottle. I have a camera, some other stuff. So I can slide it back, slide it forward if I need to grab anything, slide it back again, and I can just pull it out like so, put it back in like that. I can keep my AirPods here. Fits perfectly in there. It's not going to slide. I can fit my other phone in here too if I want to. Hide it away. Again, slides so easy like so. I could put my wallet in here. Boom, like that. Hidden. Also hidden. So that's so cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab this bottle, and like I said, fits right in. This is a tiny bottle. If I didn't have the cup holder insert here, this bottle would just be wiggling around while I'm driving like so. And it's gonna be making noise because the cup holder insert is rubber. This is gonna be there. It's not gonna wiggle as much, and even if it does, it's not making any noise if it does wiggle. So it's always nice to have a rubber insert there. Here's how the armrest storage bin looks like as well. Has a little spot there you can grab from to pick it up, put it down. Just like that. You can store things here as well. My other phone fits here perfectly. This is an iPhone 14, and I can fit my wallet here too, probably. I can fit my wallet on top of it, close it, closes perfectly. So that's great. And if I need to lift it, I can just lift it up like so to access everything underneath. So it's kind of just giving you a lot more storage space without having things just stuffed. Without having things stuffed in the storage bin, kind of like how I do now. I just have a bunch of stuff stuffed here. So I can go ahead and reorganize it with these new storage bins like so. I can even fit my CCS adapter here, and it's not gonna really move around too much. The issue I had when I first put this in here alone is it was rolling anytime I was driving the car. This kept rolling back and forth in the armrest storage bin there. So with this now, with the anti-slip mat, it shouldn't roll around and make all that noise. We have this little storage clip here like I was showing you. It kind of just sticks like that, and it gives you all that extra space of storage. You click on there and you have all this space of storage here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to stick that on. So we'll take this off. We're gonna peel off the backing of the 3M tape here, and then I'll just show you how I stick it on. So here's the storage cover here. I'm just gonna stick it on evenly like so, and just like that, push it in. Make sure I get all around this pushed in here. Clip that in, and there we go. You have a little extra storage cover that's pretty much very hidden. No one's really gonna know about this. Under your center console, boom, and you just click there. Click it again, it locks, click, click. So I can just go ahead, put something thin and simple like my vehicle registration here. And I could even put my insurance card if I want to. I just have my digital one now, but there we go. You can store some papers here. Anything that's pretty thin, you can store it in there. So it's just a nice little extra storage bin that really just, all these little pieces together just add storage to the car that you didn't even know was there. So just gonna open up the storage bag for the sunshade here. And what's nice about this is this folds up so thin, so you can just store it pretty much anywhere in the car, in the front, in the trunk, in the smaller sub-trunk section there, or the bigger sub-trunk section. It's really not gonna take up a lot of space in the car. It's very thin and flat. So it comes in this nice little protective bag here, folds up super small, has a little strap to keep it folded, unfolds like this, and there's a black side and a reflective side. Of course, you want to put the reflective side facing outside the car. That's going to reflect the heat from the sun outside of the car, and the black side will be facing inside the car. It also has a little cutout here for the mirror, so we can slide the sunshade on like this, open up the strap here, and wrap it around the rearview mirror like so, and then we'll use our sun visors here to hold it up like that, and there we go. The car is already so much cooler just by doing that. I'm not having all that sun in my face, so obviously the car is just going to be cooler if you're keeping it outside. I didn't have a sunshade in my previous Tesla, and I should have had it for times that I knew I was going to be parking it, especially for a few days on the street. So they also gave us a roof shade here, So they gave us the roof shade too. So this one will go on the back. I'll put that last. I'll put on the other one first. So I would recommend opening this up outside of the car. You don't want it to just pop open inside the car here. But we can go ahead and kind of just stick it on like so. So they gave us 2 big clips here for the roof shade, and they gave us a bunch of little clips as well as supporting clips. So you could actually drive with this roof shade on. This isn't just a shade that you put when you're parked. So this is just a cheap, easy accessory here if you want to cover the roof without having to spend hundreds of dollars for the sliding roof shades. So I'm going to put this up, and then I'm going to clip it in on one side here, and then I'll clip it in on the other side. All right, the left side is clipped in. It's holding itself in. So I'm gonna bring the camera over to the right side so you can see exactly how I clip this in. So I also just wanna mention the side that's perforated with the holes. This is the side that you want facing up. I'm gonna take this clip like so. We're gonna attach it here. And then we're gonna clip it into the roof there and just slide it. And we're just gonna slide it so that it slips in there. And then we can move this up slightly. So there you can see how the roof shade looks. It's perfectly flush against the glass there. And it's so easy to put on, just 2 clips for the front portion. And it already lowered the heat in the car so much. There's just so much more shade, so the car is gonna stay cooler. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the rear one on. Also another 2 clips, and we'll be all set with the roof shade. And for the price, you can't beat it. So here it is. We have the windshield sunshade there, and we have the roof shade. Like I said, it is a perfect fit. Took 2 clips on the front and then 4 of these smaller clips on the rear. I could definitely put another clip, another couple clips if I wanted to on the back. And you can see there's just not even a gap even between the roof shades. So they are held in so tightly with those clips. And the car just already feels so much cooler. There's not a bunch of sun getting into the car. And if you want to talk about an accessory that's going to pay for itself, this will pay for itself with the efficiency you'll gain by not having to turn the AC on as high in the summer. And then in the winter, of course, if you want the sun to keep the car warmer, you can take these off very quickly, fold them up, and get the sun back in if you want to. But the car already feels so much cooler without all that sun beaming down into the car. I've actually never had a sunshade for my 2020 Model Y and now my 2026. This is my first sunshade I've had, and I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. This makes a world of difference. So I took the windshield sunshade off. I didn't even fold it perfectly. I'm just gonna store it back in here, and let's see, without folding it perfectly, if it fits in. And it does. It fits right in. So you don't even need to fold this perfectly. Fits into this very tiny little baggie here, and I can just store this anywhere in the sub trunk or in the front. No one's gonna even know it's there. And doesn't take up much space in the car at all, so this is great. Next we have this rear center console organizer here. It's a little storage bin, and it just fits right underneath the touchscreen center console here, and it actually just clips right in. So you can see it's locked in now. You can kind of slide it out, but it basically just stays there once it clips in with that clip that you heard earlier, and then boom, you have a nice little storage section there, which is pretty neat for your passengers that are going to be sitting in the rear. So finally we have this rear trunk sill here. I'm just going to lift up this here and stick this on. Fits pretty easily. The only other thing we have to do is pull the rubber seal here and put it over, and that's going to hold it in place. So that's what I'm going to do now. And you can already see it starting to hold it in here. And just like that, the cover is on. I can close this back up and everything is covered. And now with my trunk mat plus this trunk sill cover, I know that all of this is protected, so I don't have to worry about the carpet being frayed over time or anything. This is all going to stay nice and new. If I ever want to pull this trunk sill off, I can just take it off and have the carpet back underneath. So this is just a nice little thing, and it's cool too because you can just wipe it down. With the carpet, it starts to collect crumbs and rocks and dust, and you just have to keep vacuuming this. With this, you just have to wipe it down, so that's a little more easier with the maintenance. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video with all of these best EV Mod accessories. I personally chose these accessories from Best EV Mod, you know, saying that these are the items I think I'd be using the most. And sure enough, as soon as I put them in the car, I really saw how valuable each of these items are. Again, they're cheap. You can get them on Amazon with Prime delivery. So, you know, it's not something you're gonna have to wait for a few days to a week for shipping, especially if it's coming from overseas. This is right on Amazon Prime. You can get a quick shipping, and they have a ton of items on their Amazon store. You can check out the other items that they offer. I specifically chose these ones because, like I said, these are the ones that I think I'd be using the most. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can save with my code down below, and I'll have all the links down below for you guys to check out everything that I showcased in this video today, as well as a link to Best EV Mods Amazon store, so that you guys can see some cheap quality products to help increase all the storage space in your Tesla. I mean, again, the car already has so much storage space as is, but if you just fill in these little gaps here and there, you just unlock even more storage space potential. So stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you next time.